Note 1. I've chosen Peter Thomas, 41, an engineer. He has the same hair and eyes as me and is the same height. His father's dead. His mother has left the country. Note 3. Klaus Thomas, his son, 10, sets off to school every morning at 8:05 with his friend Karl Meyer, 11, who comes to get him. Appendix 3A, ground plan of the house. Note 4. Sabina Junger is 43, father and mother deceased, married to Peter Thomas for 15 years. They moved into the house at number 68, he has crossed out the address, 13 years ago. Note 6. Once every 2 months, Sabina receives a letter from Margareta Bauer, 78, her only aunt, who lives in the provinces. Note 9. Sabina is watching her husband. Every day when he comes home, she's taking in the washing. I've noticed that she often washes the same towels. Peter hasn't realized this. Note 12. On Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Peter leaves the plant 2 hours early. Note 13. Peter visited Office 208 to put in an application for time off. Note 18. Peter is having an affair with Elena Markov, 31. They leave the apartment 12 minutes apart so no one will see them together. Appendix 18A, soundproofing the camera. Appendix 18B, concealing the slot opened in the lavatory door on the landing. Note on 18B, the location is smelly and surveillance conditions there very uncomfortable. Note 19. Their love nest is the apartment of Johann Müller, 82, a widower with no children. He's been in hospital for 64 days and won't be coming back. The room smells of body odor, stale tobacco smoke, and dirty sheets. 19A, Appendix Inventory, Plan of the premises, names of all the tenants in the building. Note 23. Elena has been working as a cleaner at the theater. The name's been crossed out. Her colleagues say she got the job by sleeping with Marcus Hopfner. He's crossed out the rest. She's often late for work and doesn't have many friends there. Appendix 23A, names and addresses of all the theater staff. Note 25. Peter buys her nail varnish and she wears it on her fingers and toenails. Elena is friendly with Helena Schmidt, 63, who covers for her whenever she's away. In return, Elena gives her lipstick. Note 28. Elena is known as Elena Mikulich in her building. She lives with her mother, Anna Maria Mikulich, 65, a widow and alcoholic. Appendix 28A, list of tenants in the building. Note 32. I enter the house while they're in the garden and see Peter lose his temper with his wife, who was supposed to bring in the wood earlier. He's angry with his son, too. Klaus nearly caught me. That won't happen again. Appendix 32A, photo of the sets of keys. Note 34. The park where Elena meets her brother Ulrich is always empty. To approach them, I pretend to be an old woman feeding the birds. Note 35. Ulrich, 32, unattached, works at the hospital. He no longer sees his mother. He found the apartment for Elena and sold old Johann Müller's possessions without waiting for him to die. Appendix 35A, list of meetings between Ulrich and Elena over 8 weeks. Note 36, I'm an electrician with cap, jacket, and heavy glasses. The house is messy and smells dirty. Appendix 36A, State Electricity Department house call voucher. Note 40. I concealed the camera when I made the electrician's visit. It films at 18 frames a second. It's on the little shelf in the bedroom aimed at the mirror that reflects the bed. It still makes a very low sound, but Sabina couldn't tell what it was. Peter came home at 2:33 in the morning. Sabina pretended to be asleep. Appendix 48. Diagram of the electrical circuit enabling control of the camera from the lamp switch. Note 46. I've hidden my face under a bag. I don't want him to know I look like him. I go out and come back with another voice. I've told him I'm the other man's accomplice and I could get violent. He keeps saying he's ready to answer all my questions. I don't have any because he'll tell me the truth. Note 48, 1738. I've already done this. There's nothing more exciting than this, going home for the first time. They'll listen to me, love me, see me. I'll point them in new directions, change lives, correct futures. Note 53. On Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I reload the camera before Elena comes. She's been working, so she smells of perspiration, and her odor lingers in the apartment. I have a shower, so her smell doesn't stay on me. I've jammed the door of the stove. It can't be filled anymore. Appendix 53A. Diagram of the electrical connection synchronizing the camera with a 5-second lag once the front door is closed. Note 55. Sabina is suspicious of the way I've changed. She's wondering how much my sudden enthusiasm for Super 8 will cost. Note 58. I haven't been in touch with Elena since I've been the other Peter. I'm waiting for her to make her move. Appendix 58A. Installation diagram for another camera after the first broke down. Note 60. My new family are used to my new toy. They barely notice the camera. Klaus loves his daddy again. Note 61. Elena will soon get tired of waiting. She'll make her move, and if I give Sabina a taste of happiness again, I think she'll want to hang on to it. Sabina doesn't have a mechanical weapon that makes a noise, and she mustn't use a knife because that could leave blood on the floor, which would be difficult to clean off the boards. Elena still expects the heating to start working again, which makes me laugh. Appendix 61A. Reinstallation of the camera in the stove behind the perforated plate. Note 64. Sabina is worried what the neighbors will say about the camera. She often talks about money. She senses there's something about me but doesn't know what. It worries her. I like to see that uncertainty on her face. It means I have to be very attentive, and the more attentive I am, the closer Sabina and Peter are again. Note 65. Blackmail. There were 3 photos in the mail. I intercepted them. They were taken in the Muller apartment by the camera fitted with a timer still on the stove. Note 71. Elena told him he's not the same. Ulrich asked her if she wanted him to do something. Elena said nothing. It's up to him. Appendix 71A. The camera didn't run smoothly with the cold. Check the muff. Note 73. At 8:38, Ulrich is stealing from the hospital laundry and uses the rear courtyard entrance. Peter doesn't want Elena to break up his family again. He has to act quickly. He calls this initiative preemptive self-defense. Appendix 73A. Those who can't fight should let other people who want to kill them do it cleanly. Ulrich tried to get away from Peter and didn't fall right. He wasn't caught on camera. Peter had to film him by hand. It was risky, but absolutely necessary. That's the second mistake I've made in this operation, and it won't happen again. Appendix 73B. Since the fall didn't kill him, Peter decided to drive over Ulrich as he left. Note 75. Peter says he didn't do anything, yet on film he's the one seen escaping after running over Ulrich. I'm making him do things he'd never have done. He realizes that his former life was hollow and he's unhappy. Appendix 75A. Peter pissed himself. I don't like cleaning up, but the smell's bothering me a bit. Note 79. I showed Sabina a film of Sabina and she told me off for wasting money. I came out with a grand phrase. When I film you, I learn how to see you. Sabina didn't like that, but she finally let me get closer and I read the look in her eyes as an encouragement to take things further. Note 80. Adjustment and installation of a totally silent camera, fitted on a little shelf. No more need for the mirror. Note 80A. I changed the bulb of the other lamp. Tonight, I'll be a completely married man, but I'm still going to keep my pajama jacket on. Appendix 80B. Notes on camouflaging the camera and a new diagram of the electrical system linking it to the lamp switch. Note 84. When I show Peter snatches of Peter's life, he just won't see how lucky he is to be able to fix it. Although I've sorted everything out now, he doesn't like seeing his wife happy with him. I deal with his stubble so he doesn't change. Note 88. I've written a letter to Sabina and copied Elena's signature. Elena will keep quiet if she agrees to a divorce. I've enclosed the photos and a document proving Peter embezzled money from work to pay for their car. I've also sent the key to the love nest and the time of the meeting. Appendix 88A, accounts voucher from the plant. Note 92. Sabina could go to prison with Peter. She could also lose her son and house. I can see her anxiety. I like her silence. Note 98. I waited for Sabina. She came well before the time planned for the meeting and the neighbor nearly saw her. Note 99. I'm pleased. The lock switch worked properly this time. That sort of little device is always very fragile. I listened at the door. They both realized they shouldn't make a noise the neighbors would hear. I knew Sabina would be stronger. She's a silent woman, like me. Note 100. Peter sorted everything out. He showed me how he burned Elena's fingers with acid to remove her fingerprints and make her difficult to identify. The acid he used smoked a lot, probably because of the poor quality nail varnish. Appendix 100A, note on the acid used, the quantity and the precautions needed. Note 102. To make Elena's body impossible to identify, Peter cut her head off. He had to wait to remove the body. He rolled it up in a plastic sheet and slid it under the bed like dust under a carpet. Peter dismantled the little contact device in the door, filled the screw holes, and concealed them with a drop of paint. Note 105. Peter personally let Elena's mother know that her daughter and son were dead. Appendix 105. Elena's mother smells terrible. Note 107. Sabina is wearing the pretty dress I bought her. She's a very good liar. She'll be very useful. It's time to go. I can't afford to get attached in life. Note 109. Peter has returned home. I make and break lives as I want. In my notes, I already have 2 lives that belong to me. One day, he has crossed the rest out. Note 1. Second assignment. I'm the night watchman. I have access to all the offices at night. Appendix 1A, names and addresses of all the bank staff.